Good afternoon. Welcome to Ohio Varsity Insider. I am Steve Hare, and continuing today with our initiative on empowering women through sports, I am joined today by Julie Prusock, a Kirtland resident who works for Lake Health Sports Medicine, and she is assigned to Kirtland High School, where she's the athletic trainer for all of the Hornets athletic programs, so she keeps them healthy and on the field. Julie, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you through all of this fun shutdown quarantine?
I'm doing okay, going a little stir crazy. We've been redeployed to help with temperature takings in the hospital facilities, but otherwise hanging on.
All right. Well, obviously, I've talked to some coaches and some athletic directors, and we're talking about all the opportunities that girls have in the sports field. And you can't have sports without athletic trainers. Keeping the athletes healthy and in the game is a very essential part of that. And so that's where you come in. First off, how did you get into athletic training? Is it something you knew early on you wanted to be a part of, or did it just kind of present itself?
I knew you were going to ask that, and it's kind of funny how I stumbled into athletic training. I grew up in Pennsylvania, and I participated in sports growing up. Never really was going to pursue it in college. Got to college thinking I was going to be an accountant. Went to John Carroll for the business major, and took a couple classes. Did an internship one summer downtown Cleveland, overlooking the water as the sun's glistening. Said to myself, I can't sit inside for the rest of my life. It's just not what I can do. I love sports, so I went and I actually observed an athletic training course at John Carroll at the time they had the program, and I fell in love. I actually never left the program. I was late in my college career. It was my junior year. And so I stayed on another year just to do my internship hours in athletic training, and haven't left the field since.
Cool. You know, it's funny, in talking to coaches and athletic directors, it's a male-dominated field. Athletic training doesn't seem to be that way. When I'm out on a basketball court or a football field, I think I see more females athletic trainers than I see males. What is it about that field that attracts more women?
You know what? That's a hard answer. I think it's the love of sports, the love of helping other individuals out, to be a better athlete, a better person. And it's just something that it hits home with a lot of women.
You know, you and I talk, so I know what your day consists of, but a lot of people see you on a football game on a Friday night or a soccer game out at Rec Park there at 4:30 in the afternoon, and they think, oh, cushy job. She shows up for a few hours, but that's not the case. Can you kind of walk through a typical day for you?
Well, typically for me, I am employed by Lake Health, but I'm assigned to Kirtland High School. So I don't have to go into the hospital or the clinic or the physical therapy setting on a regular basis. I get out to the school at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Athletes that may have a study hall at the end of the day or get out of school early are welcome to come in and do therapy, rehab, injury evaluations. Then we do some game prep, whether it's getting the hydration stations ready to go, getting the athletes warmed up, taped up, stretched out, whatever it might be. And then work my way outside if it's in the fall out to watch the practices and then actually cover games and take care of the athletes as they get injured on the field, monitor them, in the fall for the heat illness and stuff like that. And sometimes my day will end at 6 if there's not a lot going on. Sometimes we're there till late at night, especially during football season when you're on the road. You can be there till 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and then right back next day in the morning for get the JV football team ready to go first thing in the morning on a Saturday.
With coaching and becoming an athletic director, there really aren't many opportunities for kids at the high school level to kind of get their feet wet and learn, other than they go to practice, they get yelled at by their coach, and they kind of learn the way to do those things. But athletic training, I'm seeing more and more high school programs where they're using students to kind of assist. How much does that help a kid to learn more about that field and what it entails?
That's huge. At Kirtland, I don't have student athletic trainers at present time. Most of the athletes in Kirtland are multi-organization individuals. They're athletes, they're honor club, they're choir, they're band. They're involved in a lot of activities. So I don't get a lot of athletes outside, but other schools do have a lot of athletic training students. And I think it's real important. I say this with any field. I say this to all the athletes that come in, all the students that come in. When you're looking to go into something in college, the best thing that you can do is observe, evaluate, internship, any kind of thing you can do to get your feet wet in the field will give you a better idea of what it's really about. So as an athletic training student, they can come in, they work hand in hand with the athletic trainer throughout the year, and they really get a feel for what it takes to become an athletic trainer and what the demands are once you are in the field.
And that's an interesting point, because my next question was going to be about some advice that you might have for young girls that are interested in the field, or maybe just now being introduced to it. Obviously, any athlete knows what athletic training is. They've either seen a trainer, they've had their concussion testing, so they've been introduced to the field, but they may not exactly know that it's something that might interest them. But what kind of advice would you have for somebody that wants to look more into it?
What I would tell them is go talk to the athletic trainer at their school. There aren't very many schools in Ohio that don't have an athletic trainer accessible to them. And I think that that's real important, to just sit down and talk to the athletic trainer. A lot of people are afraid. They think, hey, they're the bad guys. They're going to keep us off the field. But in reality, I'm here to get you on the field. I don't want you hanging with me. So anybody who's interested, come talk to me. I'll help you out in any way I can.
Outstanding. Well, Julie, I really appreciate the insight into athletic training and how we can get more girls involved and keep them involved. I hope you and your family stay well, and I hope to see you on the field soon.
I hope so too. And you stay safe as well.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.